Hey folks, how's it going? My name is Brandon. I am your professor this semester for English 108 online. I'm going to post a little mini lecture here that speaks about our syllabus and a brief introduction to the class. I hope that you've already read the welcome letter that introduces me and a little bit about what this class is going to do for you this semester and what you will do in this class. I just want to spend a few minutes here talking about our syllabus, some important details that you should keep in mind as the semester gets underway, and some information that will be useful to you as the semester progresses and finishes off. So I hope that you'll take a look at the syllabus as I'm working through this mini lecture here because I'd like to have you read it along with me, but I'll just go over it anyway, starting from the beginning. Obviously, you're in English 108. This is an online course. A few details I want to highlight here are my contact information. Many of you have, if not all of you, should have received the email now that I've asked you to introduce yourselves with. And that's from my KVCC email. So always use that when you need to contact me. I am on my email every day, and I will virtually always get back to you in under 24 hours, and by no later than 48 hours usually if you email me on a Friday. Although usually I'll get back to you anyway in the morning. So always use that email, and please always do check your own emails. And by emails I mean your KV emails, not your Gmail or Yahoo or Netgear emails, because I'll always be sending information to your KV email and nothing else. For my offices, I have two, and I'm always willing to meet in person if you'd like. I know this is an online class, but if you need to chat, I'm very happy to meet. My office on the Fairfield campus is in the London Library, room 118, room 118. And it says Mike Tardif on the door, but I'll actually be in here, and I'll be in here at the very least on Tuesdays at 9 a.m., though I'm usually here other days as well. I'll also be on the Alphon campus in Averill, 225, room 225 on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. I'm also very happy to meet with an appointment. If you can't make those times, just shoot me an email and let me know, and we can schedule something, okay? If you would rather talk virtually, I'm very happy to set up a Skype call or a Google Hangout, and we can go forward with that, okay? That's just information to contact me and just to make sure that I am available to you, and I will work hard to make sure that I'm available both on email and in person. So you'll notice that there's no textbooks required for this course. I don't see a need for us to spend a great deal of money on textbooks when I can provide all the materials as PDFs or scans. So that's how we will move forward with this semester. You don't have the textbook. All you need to do is make sure you stay up to date on the information on Blackboard, which I'll talk a little bit about later in the syllabus. But no need to have a textbook. No need to go to the bookstore for this class. Just keep your eye out for any emails or documents that come through on Blackboard. Okay. I do have some other materials that I hope you'll use. One of which is the Adobe Reader download Adobe Flash, and so this will allow you to not only watch the mini lectures more quickly, but it will also allow you to download and view PDFs. It's a free download. All you have to do is Google Adobe Reader, and you'll be able to download it on either Macs or PCs. You should also be able to use it on any of the computers in the Learning Commons on either campus, so go ahead and feel free to use that if you don't have a home computer. I also hope that you will download or find some version of Microsoft Word. And so this is part of the Microsoft Office suite that includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. That will be the easiest way for you to submit documents, and it also makes my life really easy because I can comment on them pretty quickly. I will accept at a pinch a PDF, although I don't prefer it. If you don't have Microsoft Word or can't get it, I would encourage you to use Google Documents. And so if you have a Gmail, you also have a Google Drive, and you have access to Google Documents. And these are alternatives to Microsoft Office and virtually function the same way and can be submitted on Blackboard as Microsoft copies, basically. So if you don't have those items already, please do get them in this week. I hope that you will download them and begin using them because they'll make our lives a lot easier. I also recommend that you have some kind of flash drive just to save your own sanity. A small thumb drive will suffice, something that you can just plug into your laptop and run with. This will make it really easy to move around to different computers, whether you're on campus or off, and you'll always have the documents you need with you. They're just great to have in general, and they're very cheap. They're very easy to come by, so I encourage you to track one of those down. Okay? I'm not going to read the course description. I will talk a little bit more about what this course is about later in the video and throughout the semester, and some of it is also covered in the welcome letter. So you'll see some of our course objectives here. I will linger on these just momentarily so that you have a sense of what I'm aiming for us to get to by the end of this semester in terms of learning outcomes, right? So I'll just go through these pretty quickly. So number one, solve problems through meaningful writing and design choices based on purpose, audience, and context. You will hear me talk about these three tenets or principles of writing throughout the semester: purpose, audience, and context. And we will spend a good deal of time both writing and designing for these different principles. Number two, write clear and concise sentences. Of course, this is a writing course. Three, collaborative and work. Write collaboratively and collaborate and work effectively in a group. So we will do a bit of peer review in this course, not as much as you may expect, though we will do quite a bit. There'll be discussion posts where I'll ask you to comment on each other's writing. This will sort of serve as a kind of collaborative writing process, which is important for this course. Number four, use visuals to enhance and clarify technical prose. There are a few assignments in which we will do this pretty specifically. Five, locate useful library resources relevant to their specific occupation. One resource that I must have you leave this course with is knowing how to use the library websites and knowing where the library is. And so that's something we'll cover. Six, create user-centered designs. Again, some assignments we do will target this specifically. 7, conduct usability tests to improve written documents. One assignment will ask you to do this, and that's actually pretty fun. 8, analyze technical documents for effectiveness. 9, employ a recursive design and writing process. What I mean by that is that you're going to revise and revise and revise and always have opportunities to revise further. 10, and finally, employ ethical and legal decisions when making or creating accessible documents. So this is something that we'll work on for all of our assignments, and hopefully by the end of the semester you'll have a sense of where to look if you need to answer a question about accessibility, or you'll know off the top of your head. So we'll move along here. Our course content will be drawn from textbooks, of course, and online. And as I said, you will not have to purchase a textbook. Any copies will be provided to you as PDFs or scans. Our course activities will revolve around a variety of homework assignments, writing assignments, both short and long. And I will also ask you to submit these documents and make sure that you have a good sense of what's going on as we progress through the larger assignments, because all of these smaller writing assignments will be what's called scaffolding, which will build us up to completion of these larger, more complex assignments. Because you may see in the syllabus that it says that classroom sessions may involve group development, reviews, and editing. So this will be online classroom sessions, not in-class sessions, so don't let that stump you there. I have a peer review section that talks about what I just mentioned, how we look at discussion posts and peer review each other's work. If you move down a little more to the middle of the page there on the second page, you'll see the different larger main assignments we have, as well as the percentages of these assignments. So an email assignment worth 5%, resume and cover letters worth 20%, which is a huge portion, and this is an assignment we will spend a good deal of time on. I want you to leave this class with a resume and cover letter that you can submit basically right away. I have had students get jobs in this class because of the resumes they write or because of the skills they had and the resumes they crafted. And so you can too. So take that pretty seriously. I think that this class can be very useful in that way. Then we'll follow that with an instruction assignment worth 15%, technical definition and description assignment, again 15%, safety fact sheet, which is actually a pretty fun assignment, only worth 10%. Then we'll close out the semester with a technical recommendation report. And of course, we'll talk in great detail about what these different assignments mean and what we will do for them. But this final assignment, the technical recommendation report, tech rec report, is also worth 20% of the total final grade. You'll see also that I have participation in scaffold and writing tasks built in for 15% of the final grade. Participation is basically you need to log into Blackboard, if not every day, then at least every other day. You need to respond to emails and send me emails if you have concerns. And you need to submit submit your work in a timely fashion. Okay. One of the pitfalls of an online course is that you get very excited about it and you complete all kinds of work quickly, and then you sort of pace off or fall off the edge a little bit, and all of a sudden the work is sparsely submitted. So make sure you get yourself in a good routine of submitting on time every time. The grading scale I have included because it's pretty common for KV. If you're wondering what it is, you can simply go to KVCCME and find the grading scale there. I want you to linger on these how you will be graded criteria I have here. So this is something that I use in place of a rubric. I don't have a checkbox rubric. I don't have a point system. I use these three principles to grade papers, comment on papers, and mark your progress. Okay, so their attention to detail, organization, and effort. These are very important to me, and they're criteria that I've developed over a period of years. and use them whenever I'm commenting on papers. I want to ask you to just sort of linger on them, read them carefully, and make sure you have a clear sense of what the heck I'm talking about there. If you have any questions about these, please let me know. I'll also note that for every assignment, you will have a clear criteria of how I will grade them, what I'll be looking for, what you must have. And so that's in addition to and under the umbrella of these 3 criteria I've noted here. You'll see attendance policy. It's built around an in-class session. So basically my attendance policy for this class is that if you don't log in for a month, you are likely to fail. I expect that you all will participate. I expect that you all will take part in the different kinds of exercises we will do, and I'm sure that you will. One thing I will say is that if you're going to miss a period of coursework, like a whole week's coursework, you need to tell me in advance. There's nothing I can do to help you if you tell me the date that you're like leaving for Florida or something, and you have a whole week's worth to do and you haven't started yet. But if you let me know what's going on a week in advance, 48 hours in advance, I can do my best to help you, set you up to get that work done early or continue to work on it as you are on your vacation or traveling or whatever is going on, okay? The key there is that please communicate with me. Please tell me what's going on. If you don't, I can't do anything. Under that, you'll see Blackboard. Obviously, our entire class is on Blackboard, so make sure you familiarize yourself with where to find the content, where to submit assignments, how to know what's going on, how to receive messages. I basically only use 2 tabs, and we will only use 2 tabs until we get to peer review discussion posts. Those 2 tabs are course content, which has everything we will use for the course, readings, assignments, schedules, and then the assignment submissions tab, which is where you will actually submit your assignments. And so I'll post those as they are needed. Okay. Course requirements, everything you already know, attend the class online, submit your work on time, and check your email. I have a bit of information about paper formats. As I said before, I prefer that you use Word document. Please use standard font. Times New Roman 12 point is relatively standard. Please use that unless you are a fan of Arial. You can use that. Keep it 12, please. I'm not super worried about page counts. I'm instead going to give you word counts for assignments, so it doesn't matter how big your font is or how big your periods are. They will all be the same to me. Please put your name on everything. Tell me what your name is, tell me what the date is, tell me what the assignment is so I know what I'm reading. I will read many, many papers this semester, not only in this class but in others, and so I would like to know who you are, and I'll get to know your work because of that. Late work policy, please familiarize yourself with that. I will be pretty strict on late work, and you will be docked points if your work is late. I'm sure you know this. Below that, you'll see our plagiarism policy. Plagiarizing is a good way to get kicked out of school. It's a very bad idea, and basically if you're not super familiar with what it means, it's outright theft of information or knowledge from someone without giving credit to the fact that it was theirs in the first place. We will spend a good deal of time when we do research figuring out how to avoid that, and so I don't suspect that you will do it. Most times plagiarism is unconscious, and so we'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. But I will call you on it if you do it. I will discuss it with you. And I can spot it pretty quickly. I also have a variety of tools that help me identify it. Okay, so just do your best to be cognizant of that and know that it's a bad idea to begin with. Finally, if you need any accessibility resources, please let me know. I am happy to accommodate you in whatever ways you need to do your best in this class. If you don't feel comfortable talking to me, please feel free to reach out to Karen Normandin, who is our Dean of Student Services. She will set you up with everything you need. And she is a great resource for you, a great ally to have. So if you have any supports or supports or resources that you need to do your best in the class, let somebody know, because it would be very challenging to move through the semester without those supports. Okay. All right, folks. So that's the syllabus in a nutshell. Please keep this around you. It will always be on Blackboard for you to return to. If you have any questions about what the assignments are or how to contact me, make sure you read through the welcome letter if you haven't already, and make sure you're getting familiar with the checklists. I will post a checklist every week for us to do, basically to check off work, okay? And it will be as transparent as possible, okay? That's one goal I have for this class, is to make the information transparent, to make the assignments accessible, and to make it easier for you to do well, okay? If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.